In this screencast, we're going to set up Colspan, which is column span, and Rowspan, which is row span, same thing, for your table cells. If you've ever used Excel spreadsheet before, this is very much like merging your data cells horizontally and vertically. Normally in HTML coding, if you want a row to have different numbers of columns, you would have to set up nested tables, or else extra columns is going to create empty space within your tables. With Colspan and Rowspan, you can minimize the number of nested tables you use. I'm going to show you an example. Let's create a blank HTML page with top style. Let's start by creating an empty table. I'm going to use the tag inspector here. Let's set paddings to 10, cell spacing 0, border to 1. Then let's set up the rows. Let's have 3 cells each. I'm going to use hotkey, Control C for copy, Control V for paste. 1, 2, 3 cells. And then I'm going to highlight these rows again, hit Control C for copy, Control V, Control V, Control V. So I have 3 rows and 3 cells each. Let's save this page in desktop HTML folder. Let's name it table.html. Save. Minimize it. Open up HTML. Open up table in the browser. So you see 3 rows. Each row has 3 columns. The first column is being named column 1. This is column 2, column 3. Let me try to do this. So if you have an extra row here, which is column 4, save it, minimize it, bring back Firefox and refresh. You'll see these empty cells. This means that your columns didn't match up. And this is what we don't want to see when we're setting up tables, because you can't actually put information in here. Minimize this, bring back top style. So the only way you can do it without doing nested tables is setting up Colspans. You want 4 cells at the top, but you want this third cell to have the width of the cell 3 and cell 4 here. Let me show you. So you do Colspan like that, equals 2. So second row, third cell is going to take up 2 cell spaces. That's what it means. You want to span over 2 cells, 2 columns. And let's Control C, copy, and then paste here. So the third row, third cell is going to take up 2 cell spaces. Save it again, minimize it, bring back Firefox, refresh, and you see that the cell changes and it spans over 2 columns. So is the third row. Then let's look at row spans. Let me bring it back. What if I want to span over these 2 rows? The first column of this row and first column of this row, I want to merge them together. Let's see how that will work. And this time I'm going to create something simpler. Let's take out the rows. First row, you want a cell. Same thing, Control C for copy, Control V for paste. 2, 3. This is just the first row, right? I want to start from the first row, then build my second row later, and I'll show you why. So I want the first row to span over, a first cell to span over 2 rows. Then I would do row span equals 2. Then that means this first cell would take up 2 row spaces, and second cell, third cell would still take up only 1 row space. Let me save this, minimize it, bring back Firefox, refresh. Doesn't look any different, but let me add the third row. Oops. Alright, so this would be 1, 2, 3. Save it, minimize it, bring back Firefox, refresh. You see how if I add the same amount of rows in the second row, first that big one takes up 2 row spaces, the new one is added here, and everything got pushed 1 cell to the right, so you'll end up with 1 empty cell here. So actually the second row can only fit 2 cell spaces. Let's do that. So because this cell took up 2 row spaces, we need to take away 1 cell from this row. Oops, let me clean up the rows a little bit, spacings. So this cell takes up 2 row spaces, then it has 2 cells right after in the first row. Then the second row will only take up 2 cell spaces. Save it, minimize it, refresh your Firefox, and you'll see 1, 2, 3. What if you want a third row? Oops, wrong one. Third row, you would actually need to create 1, you need to create 3 cells. Like that. And that's it for this screencast. Thank you.